Oh man, I'm just really not feeling up to an intro right now. You can see the name of the video. It's fine.
田中、次の授業が始まるから教科書くらい出しておいた方がいいと思うぞ。おい、田中、聞いて。しびれてたのか。
よくあるんだよね、こういうの。突っ伏して寝てたら両腕がしびれて動けなくなったり、窓ガラスにもたれかかろうと思ったら目測誤って思いっきり頭ぶつけたり、あと頬杖ついていたらだんだん無理のある体勢になっていって関節痛めたりとか。俺はまったりしたいだけなのに。
ケダルガルの意外とリスク高いんだな。
Tanaka-Kun is always listless is probably one of the chillest things I've ever experienced. It's a slice of life anime focused on a high school boy named, hold on, I'm gonna give you a second to prepare mentally for this, it might blow your mind, Tanaka, who is just so tired. You ever have those days where you just really don't want to do anything? Take that to its extreme, and Tanaka is like that all the time. The whole show is focused on his oh-so-valiant struggle to avoid difficulty, relax, and sleep as much as possible. Various other characters help or hurt that cause greatly. His best friend Oda acts as Tanaka's enabler and caretaker out of a weird mixture of concern and respect for his lifestyle. Oda will literally carry him around from place to place because Tanaka might just stop and nap somewhere instead of actually showing up to class on time, for example. Oda and Tanaka's conversations occupy a large portion of the show, and it's just idle chatter that subtly fleshes out who Tanaka and Oda are, or occasionally Oda attempting to crack Tanaka's unorthodox approach to life. Then there's Miyano, a highly energetic girl who declares herself Tanaka's apprentice in listlessness, something Tanaka wants absolutely no part of. Very lethargic hijinks ensue. There are a few other characters who become a larger part of Tanaka's life over the course of the show, but explaining the situations that lead into that are the closest thing to spoilers I could give for this show, so I'm just gonna not. But those characters are also cool. There are other characters like Tanaka in other shows, but they usually have a supporting, probably comedic role. It's interesting, if nothing else, to have such a lethargic main character, and this show's very unique feel comes from being built entirely around Tanaka. Ironically enough, a lot of work is put into making this show feel lazy. Well, maybe not lazy, but definitely laid back and relaxed. It can be seen in nearly every aspect of the show. Tanaka himself is the most obvious example. He moves slowly, he talks slowly, and his sentences have a tendency to just trail off. Sometimes he'll even pass out mid-sentence. The music is generally subdued and light, the pacing is almost consistently on the slower side, the events never get too heavy, and it's generally lighthearted and focused. The end of some scenes will linger for a bit longer than you might expect, even the transitions are a tad on the slow side. Not long enough to be annoying, just longer than in most other shows. There is comedy, but it too tends to be a bit more subdued. It's not the kind of comedy that had me laughing incredibly hard, but I don't think it was supposed to be that kind of funny. It was more that it caused me to chuckle every once in a while, and I tended to have a bit of a smile on my face while I was watching. It's just another thing that helps create a more relaxed atmosphere, and makes the characters a tad more likable and believable overall. There are a few exceptions to this tone. Sometimes Tanaka isn't the focus for a while and it has a slightly more normal feel, or Miyano does something high energy. It changes the pace up a bit, probably to make sure the viewer stays awake. That is a real possible problem, by the way. If you watch this show while you're tired, it might knock you the fuck out. It basically happened to someone I was watching the show with. You know who you are. And honestly, almost happened to me at a few points. But I don't hold that against this show. To me, it's just evidence that it does a really good job at affecting the people who watch it. That's art. I'd argue that it's just as gripping, in a rather different way, as something that's incredibly tense. I wasn't sitting on the edge of my seat, I was sinking into it. But the show still had my complete attention. There are going to be people who really don't like this show, who think it's boring or pointless or boring and pointless, and it's sort of easy to see where they're coming from, but I'd encourage you all to at least give it a chance. Honestly, it should only take an episode or two to find out if this show is your speed. There's 12 episodes total. I have my fingers crossed for a second season, but nothing's been announced yet. Also, there's a Yuri ship that seems pretty legit, which always gets bonus points from me. That said, this has been I Won't Use a Number. If you like this video, you can subscribe and maybe share it with your friends. Keep loving what you love, and I'll see you next time with something else.